welcome to Liber Novus, Chapter 6, Part 4, Best Laid Plans. This is a actual play Twitch stream using the Savage Worlds system in an homebrewed urban fantasy world. I almost had it. I was so close. I was so close. Did you hear it? I was like,
You did so good, though.
I did so good. I was like almost, and then I lost the word urban fantasy, and because what stumbled on was I almost said actual fantasy, and that's not a thing. That's not a genre. I mean, it is an actual fantasy.
That I'm not gonna go on a tangent about that. Anyway,
So
put a pin in it. Save it for the mid roll.
Yeah. In this world, our characters are members of the 1001, which is an international multiplanar organization devoted to keeping the story going. That's like their tagline, to make the world more interesting and narrative and stories. That part wasn't part of it. Anyway, and it's the type of world where most of the history that we know happened, except there are angels and aliens and demons and demogorgons and
aliens.
And aliens.
Every time you say aliens, I'm like,
you don't know.
I guess. We don't know.
Like in Deadlands, like there are aliens.
There are aliens, yeah.
Yeah, well, they're like, in my mind, like you can use the alien as the term of like being non-native species.
Yeah,
that's
right, fine.
Right, like
I just immediately think to extraterrestrials, especially because the recent government push of being like, but guys, aliens, and everyone's like, I can't afford to live, so I don't care.
I don't make enough money to care about this.
Yeah, you literally haven't paid me enough,
right?
To care.
One of my favorite tweets before I get Zebins.
No, it's still tweets. Fuck Elon Musk. I don't give two shits.
With an X, like a Zibby.
He's bad at branding, and I refuse to acknowledge the change.
Fair. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but before I did, one of my last it was in 2022. So this was how long ago I gave up Twitter. In 2022, NASA hired like 23 religious scholars from various religions on what would happen if extraterrestrial life turned out to be real. And how did they think their religions would react to it? And I was like, oh man, they are bearing the fucking lead on what's about to happen. Like we don't. Everyone's gonna be like, all the Scientologists were right. Body feetings.
So what are we doing here? What's this game?
Yeah.
So
anyway,
why don't we take a minute to introduce ourselves? I'm Ben Hatton, the Game Master.
Right. Hi, Ben Hatton.
Hi, Ben Hatton, the Game Master.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I am Paxton. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing Streffen Daly, a little Blorbo who also uses he, him pronouns.
A little Blorbo? Is that
He's just a little guy.
It's just a little guy. Hi, I'm Jackie. I use she, they pronouns. I'm playing Amy Wers, who also uses she, they pronouns. She is a... How to be succinct?
Sassy Dampier.
I was gonna say a sword-wielding vampire that doesn't know when or how to shut up, and she's very bad about talking to people. So I get to do a lot of roles that I'm not good at, and I still manage to come out okay most of the time.
Yeah, that's the right word. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. Yes. Reverse Vampire Hunter D. Love it. Blah blah blah. Yes, that's where we're at. And when we left ourselves, Amy and Streffen, through some machinations, were roped into breaking into a prison, but not just any prison. A prison for some intensely powerful, monsters and beings and whatnot, run by the Bastion, which are kind of these like Blackwater style mercenaries that like think they are peacekeepers, that think they like have the right to control and etc., but they're pretty much just like a bunch of xenophobic douchebags.
They're human supremacists, assholes.
They're pretty much human supremacist assholes. And they have a prison that is linked to Central Park in New York, and Streffen and Amy have to break into this like very, very, very secure facility. But lucky for them, they got some help in the form of God, I can't even remember.
Corporal Alphonse Porter.
I believe it is Sir. It's Corporal Sir Alphonse.
Sorry, I didn't write down the sir because he has all of my respect. Nasty little lizardman.
Corporal Sir Alphonse Porter, formerly of Queen Titania's navy.
Yes, Summer Court, the 15th.
Yeah, he
Fleet.
Yeah, he is a Fae being, except he looks like if you crossed Jack Sparrow with the Geico Gecko, is the best way to think about him. The
art we received was a cute little spotted gecko in epaulets.
yeah, and yes, and so he at one time had been a resident, a guest of said prison, and had escaped, and and basically let them know that there was a back door to get into this prison. So there we go. That's where we left off, is him basically saying, he gave you a couple little notes on what you need to do and how to get in, but that's where we left off, with him just being like, whenever you're ready, I'll be there too.
Yeah, we promised a favor if he helped us further beyond
Mm.
just general information.
Yep, he wanted favors. That's right, or neither of you were willing to give up your blood.
No!
like a bunch of blood.
No! For so many reasons, no.
Yeah, like beyond the obvious occult significance of blood, Streffen is already anemic.
Right.
Giving
and
up
I'm a
blood
fucking
will
vampire
kill him.
Uses my blood for all of my spells. I need that.
Right. I did realize that afterwards. I was like, he asked for a pint of your blood, and I was like, I actually
so fucking much.
If it makes you feel any better, and I don't know if it should or shouldn't. I should never have said a pint of blood. I don't actually know how much a pint is. Like, I have no concept. Like
6 cups, dude.
Well, two cups. like I know a pint is less than both a quart.
Filling this jar entirely is a pint.
That's too much blood.
I have in my head the image of, so when I was in elementary school and we learned about it, we made this milk carton man where his fingers were the cups, his arms was the pint, his shoulders were the quarts, and his body was the gallon. So it's 2 cups per pint, 2 pints per quart, 4 quarts per gallon.
That's great.
I'm so visual.
That's so good. Because
today I learned that you can sell a pint of blood for like $340 on the black market.
I'm telling you right now, nobody wants $340 for this blood. Like, it is.
I love that could potentially be like, I'm much more valuable than that, baby.
Nope.
Or it's just like,
walk. Nobody wants this motherfucking triglycerides. Sorry. No, like, there were those people, like those 8, like there was a company that if you were 18, like 18 and in good health, they were going to pay up to $5,000 a pint.
Mm.
Because then they were going to give it to 80-year-olds who were going to
Yeah,
inject it
the
into their body.
weird like rejuvenation therapies that
Yes.
like maybe sort of kind of work a little bit, but probably not enough to actually. Anyway, yeah.
Man, if
I
people,
don't even know what my blood type is.
you know what mine is? Guess. It really matches my personality. It's B negative.
Oh God. I'm
Oh,
O
God.
positive, which means that the Red Cross is constantly hounding me for my blood.
I was gonna say that O blood's pretty fucking good. Positive makes it a little less, but it's still pretty fucking good.
But it's still pretty fucking good. Like I
Yeah.
can donate blood to like 70-something% of humans.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely not completely neutral. I'm
Completely
one of my parents
neutral.
is AB, and it's what O is. O is neutral.
O is
Because
neutral.
you can be applicable to A's and B's and A's and B's, you know?
It's true.
A's and B's and A's and B's.
You know what I meant.
Good job, Winter.
I mean, at this current point in time, to steal a joke from Jim Carrey, I'd be positive because I'd be positive they ain't sticking me with no needle.
Hey.
I wish my blood type was B aggressive. That would be funny.
Aggressive. Be aggressive.
All right. So
Anywho,
Are we gonna game?
Yeah, let's
no,
game.
we are gaming.
It's just gonna be a fucking bit for the next 3 hours. Buckle up. No.
It's fine. We just have
Buckle
like
the
some of the
fuckle up,
highest
y'all.
viewership numbers we have in a long time, and we're just talking about our blood types. You know.
All right, my friend.
I'm also a Scorpio for anybody interested.
Gemini here.
Oh.
Capricorn. What's the Mergoat? Swim at the bottom of the ocean eating cans. All right.
Okay.
Yep, quality content. It's the right. All
Nah.
right. So, you all have this, you have a week. Well, no, you have like 6 days at this point. So,
Yep.
And it is, I believe, early Tuesday morning.
Before we commit to too many more things, I think Streffen wants to go to Cordella's last known location.
Oh, that's right. You did that really good roll to see a thing.
Yeah, I want to track down the spot from the photo that Mr. Brown showed us.
Oh, right.
I remember I did roll pretty good to figure out where it was based on like
markers and ley lines. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember this, and we put it on like the south of the island.
Yes.
I remember this right now, like completely forgot up until this moment.
She's like, Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. Sure. Like, it's a September day on Manhattan, or late September. I did realize that Jackie was right. If I went back at my things, you're just 2 days out of the month of raspy voice, so you actually don't get the negative anymore. Because
your eyes are still fucked from the thing, but your voice is no longer raspy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
Your eyes were terrible because that happened 2 days ago.
That happened days ago.
You're welcome.
I still have the negative to my persuasion due to my bloodshot eyes. My one blood eye.
Does that last? Does anybody remember? It's like a week, right?
Yeah. So
no, that was for a month.
Yeah.
That one's for a month too?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious? What the fuck was the card that I used? I'm finding it. Don't worry, keep going.
Yes. So it's we're in late September. The leaves are starting to change. It's brisk, baby. And you head to. Yep.
I head to.
Yeah. It's it's not, it's just it's like a neighborhood park on the southeast of the island, and and there is a knoll, right? Like a
Is it
little.
grassy?
It is very grassy. It's quite a hill, but it's not like
My
a.
God.
It's like somewhere between a knoll. It's like it's a bump. Like this is all it is. It's so. But there's a playground off to the side, um, and lots of little kids are running around, and it is so far, and you like from where you would assume a like terrible battle took place, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, where like the leader of one of the leaders of the vampire uprising was beheaded in battle and killed. But as you approach, I assume Amy's coming with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's probably going to be a little extra quiet, which is,
Yes.
probably a good thing, but yeah, she's going to be there.
So you feel both of you can feel the energy spikes coming around you. There is there's a ley line here. It's a small nexus, not a huge one, perhaps a crossing of two lines, or several or more weaker lines, but there is a hub here. And so I think what it's like to walk into like a major magical well is I always think in my mind it's like walking into like a sauna. There's just like something in the air, and it is sticking to your skin. It's a little clingy, that sort of thing. But you're here, and it's, interestingly enough, it's such a weird vibe because all these normal humans, and especially normal human children, are running around, like totally oblivious to everything. Can I get rolls to notice things from both of you, please?
Like a notice roll?
Like a notice roll.
Oh my God.
With a
Yeah.
with a capital N.
Is that spelled Notus then?
Yeah, motherfucker. Damn the man. He jumped like a pantsless teenager wearing a leather jacket jumps out, and he's like, "You want to fight?" No.
Would fucking wreck that child.
I don't know, man. Like
it depends on which iteration of notice, I suppose.
Right.
My D8 aced into a 5, which is a total of 13.
Oh, very good.
Because that's how math works, baby.
Hell yeah. I only got a 5 on my wild die.
Oh my God. Can you give Suki a little smooch on her head? She's just got such a sad face. Thank you.
That was from Jackie.
From me. That was all she needed.
So the both of you notice that there are definitely, it's New York, so it's hard to pick out all the weirdos. You know what I mean? There's in fact, like I was just reading. Never mind. But like some of these weirdos are not just weirding. Some of the people that everyone else would pick up as weirdos are in fact Mysteria members. Sort of in disguise, you notice that there are two people on the other side of the knoll from you that like apparently just to like are just like they have like big mason jars, and it looks like they're almost miming gathering things like honey or something and like screwing the lid in and then putting it off the side, like that you have a feeling they are taking something from this place that no one could tell, and maybe selling it in whatever. There is a another person, leading a drum circle. But there are definitely energies coming off of them that suggest that they are harnessing the beat for something. And with your raise, Amy, you notice that there are two uh, police officers in uniforms, and they bear on and they have on their collars. They look in the normal NYPD blues and beat cop sort of thing, but they both have on their collars the metal like lapel pin, but it's like up here, that of a setting sun, like on the horizon, which suggests that they are members of the fraternal brotherhood of Twilight, or Duskers, as you all refer to them, which are human members of like the United States law enforcement services that know about the Mysteria, and like act as actual law enforcements for them, to make sure that like the Mysteria obey the rules of like the United States of America.
Of course.
So, and it doesn't surprise you that there are two cops that are stationed, that are patrolling here on a site of magical stuff.
Yeah, this was a site of magical significance that was being used as part of a big ritual 7 years ago.
Yeah. So,
like,
a very big ritual that would have gone very badly if it had popped off.
Yep, exactly. So they're there. So you notice them.
Awesome. Let's see. I think Streffen is just going to get to it. I'm going to find a spot where I can kind of see. I'm looking at the location that the photograph portrayed, and I am going to go ahead and cast Past Sight.
All right, can you please read me those rules, or what it says?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me. There we go. It costs 4 power points. Oh, it actually is a range of touch. So I would go over and like crouch down and touch the grass.
Touch grass.
Right where Cordella's blood would have pooled in the photo. Duration is instant. And it says you get flashes of information about the past. It's left to the GM's discretion as to how much, relevance, and so forth, though raises should grant clearer information.
Okay. Give me that roll. Let's
Okie dokie.
Question.
Answer.
Does the presence of the ley lines affect Paxton's roll?
Pluses or minuses, either way.
No. The presence of the ley line will impact the information that Streffen gets.
That's fun.
And I'll just say this: you really don't want a critical miss here.
Oh, I bet.
Fail.
I know.
Come on. I almost want to say like, oh, all right, let's channel some Allie powers here, just to make things interesting.
Allie, if you're with us, please.
Allie, roll my dice for me. Okay, I shouldn't bully you. I'm sorry, Allie. You're my favorite friend who has a podcast. Ooh, do I want to just keep that 7? The thing is, I have a D12. My ceiling is so much higher, I kind of want to go for at least one raise. Let's spend a penny.
The balance being that could also incur crit fail,
Of course.
Love the spice.
Oh no, that one was worse, and I'm not willing to spend more than 1 penny on. I guess I'll keep the 7, just a basic success.
Bump. Succumb to hubris. Yes. So a basic success. So you're focusing on this one night. Can you make me a spirit roll now that you've succeeded? Just like a flat.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks.
Let me see. Oh, hey, my spirit is also a D12. What a coincidence.
Paxton.
Of course, last time I did critical fail a spirit roll, and I ended up with the Mark of Fear, so you know. Oh, that's an 8, though, which is a success with a raise.
Okay, great.
Assuming there aren't any, hidden modifiers that you didn't tell me about.
No, that's fine. So you managed to your brain. It's like
my brain.
It's like dipping your face into a like a raging white water rapid. Because usually when you try to go into the past, you're kind of like walking through like a murky mirror or a like flipping slowly through I always think of it as like watching those old Nickelodeon movies that are, it's like everything's like black and white and sort of out of sync, and you're like missing every other frame, like a Ridley Scott movie, like Gladiator. Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a hair in my mouth. But this is like what?
You've got a beard, dude. It's gonna happen
every day. But this is like trying to catch an image, like trying to focus on a single person in a window when they are on a train going one way and you're on a train going the other way.
Yeah.
That's how fast this information is flying by you. And if you had failed that spirit roll, it would have overwhelmed your senses, and you there would have been fatigue or whatever. But you didn't.
Yeah.
You passed it, and so it still like flies past you, over and over and over, and you. What happens? And then it slows down, like you're pulling into the station, and you are standing on that day, that evening, that night, and it is chaos. There's no one around that evening except for probably 24 vampires and a large, maybe double that worth of people of the Bastion members and 1001 and Duskers. Like, it was a coordinated, attack
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Counter-Strike. Raid. That's the word I was looking for. It was like a coordinated raid with like many people who did not want this to happen. And yes, you see Cressida there. Jackie, can you describe? Right, sorry. Who the heck is Cressida?
Athena's grandma.
Athena, Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. Sorry, not Cressida.
I mean, she's great too, but
Cordella.
not necessarily
yes.
relevant to this story.
Didn't you know this was just a side
this was all an RPG for you and me plugged the entire time.
It turns out that the vampires were trying to start the 0 early.
Yeah.
Good God.
So yes. So you see Cordella. What does Cordella look like?
God, I haven't sorted that. I think it's a very common thing for vampires to be just unnaturally beautiful. Does that feel fair? Is that accurate in this setting?
Yeah. Marcus
Okay.
Divine is very pretty.
He's divine. Fuck that man. But don't fuck him. So like I have part of an image in my head. I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
Does she have an updo? Because that's what I've always pictured her.
I think she has an updo. Like it's very much in my head. It's been that like Teacher on the Prairie, like kind of loose around here, but it's very much a bun.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of updo. Her face, I think, has a cold, stern edge to it, but that does not detract from the beauty of her features. There are the faintest and most subtle, like lines of age, but it is not anything like it is worn with a grace and beauty that feels unnatural. Uh, her eyes are. I think if you were to put Cordelia Paxton, how dare you? If you were to put Cordelia and Amy next to each other, you could see a lot of similarities, like in the color of their eyes, the shape of their brow. But Cordelia is a lot more angular, and her hair, I think, is that rich auburn color that Amy just hides under hair dye all the time.
I think of her, and I don't know, this is maybe my powerful woman thing. I think that like she has those gloves that go up to the elbows. Like that's all,
Oh, absolutely.
right? like, like that's the powerful woman.
Paxton. Ben, please. Our powerful woman thing.
Our
like
powerful women, comrade.
Like she's probably extremely like modestly clothed, like gloves all the way up, and then like their sleeve that meets it, and she's wearing pants, but it's still really fucking hot.
Like black jodhpurs, almost like that. Like this is her working night, almost. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's and she's
oh gosh, and she would have the sword at that point.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yep.
And you are watching, and that's what you come in on. Paxton is her sword fighting Mr. Brown in his long, trench coat, in his button-up suit, which is now unbuttoned. His tie is flapping. He's still got his bowler hat on, and the two of them are. It is quite the fight, and one time someone once described like the sword fighting in movies is actually pretty unrealistic, because in real life two people are like people were either so bad at swords that one of them just died pretty fast, and the other one is the two people were so good at swords that one person would make a minute mistake and they would die pretty fast. But this is full blown like John Woo with swords, like floating through air.
Anime ass bullshit.
Yeah, and the two of them are making these like ridiculous leaps, twirls in the air, and it almost looks like it for all intents and purposes, it actually does look like Cordelia has the upper hand. I mean, Mr. Brown is good. He's good with a sword, and he has, and he's moving faster than a human should, and various things. But Cordelia is definitely stronger, and faster, and just playing dirtier. Yeah.
She's Daft Punk.
She is. She's the Daft Punk in this situation. But
do it harder, make it better, faster, stronger.
and he and Mr. Brown is thrown onto his back at one point, and it looks like Cordelia is going to go in for the killing blow. and then she sees something, and her face, it has all been just like anger and vitriol and barbarism and just like fangs out pure
like
pure
Buffy
dominance,
style vamped
yeah,
out.
and furor. And she looks like she's about to do it, and she looks off and she gets afraid. You can see that there is, her face changes to shock and fear, and she hesitates. And in that skipped beat, Brown has his sword and he's up, and he just, there can be only one, takes her head right off. And he falls. And despite what, you can, I think since when you roll, you have these moments where you can rewind and go forward and like look around. But no matter how you pause this moment, you cannot get what she was looking at. It's almost like it's like in between frames. It's like you have Google Street View, and there is that, like, you're doing that zoom where you go from like one address to the other, and whatever is right there is just blurred. And then the train of time picks up again, and you are thrown back into your body.
Yeah, we definitely get like the dolly zoom that makes it look like Strephon is moving backward and everything else is moving toward the camera for a couple of seconds.
Yep.
And he loses his balance and falls over onto the grass.
Amy probably would try and catch him.
And he goes,
that's nice of you.
That is really sweet.
You fucking take that back.
I mean, you didn't have to do that.
I just fucking turn it to Crowley. Nice, I'm never nice. Nice is a 4 and 4-letter word.
And Strephon goes, well, yeah, it looks like whatever may have happened afterward, Brown was telling the truth. They did fight, and it sure did look like it sure does look like he killed her. Never heard of anybody coming back after that kind of death, but I guess it's anyway. Strephon struggles back up to his feet, stabilizing himself with his cane. So I guess, I don't know. Does that just make everything a moot point anyway? Could we just go tell what's his face that we've confirmed that she's dead, and therefore it's impossible to break her out of this prison?
I don't know if it would work like that. Needed proof of prisoner. I think was in the final agreement. And you've seen it. I haven't. I'm the one on the contract.
Okay. In that case, we'd better get to work, do some more preparation. Let's see. I'm trying to think of another way I can leverage whatever information I might have gained from that vision here. Like, Ben, do you think it would be possible for me to track down some of the people who were present and like figure out who there would likely have connections with that that prison? Like, maybe I'm just too stuck on the idea of somebody bringing her back to life just to imprison her. But like, I don't know.
Do you want to know my first thought?
Yeah,
sure.
what's your thought?
Ask Mr. Brown what was there, if he saw it. See if he knows anybody around who
like,
might have been around to see
who saw what
whatever
scared
it
her?
was. Amy's not talking to Mr. Brown.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also do what you want. That was just a thought that I had. Does not apply to the question that you asked.
I mean, that's a good thought.
You know, you made all those rolls before about research, and you did a fairly a good job.
That's true.
So I will say that that if you look, especially with this new realization, that if you wanted to, that you could probably figure out who was where. Like, you could probably go and find the names, at least of the 1001 who were present in that group, if you wanted to talk to them, if you wanted to like figure that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether or not there you have like a an actual like list of, you know, whether or not they have a list of the Bastion members or whomever that were also part of that, that's another question. And whether or not those names, you know, you can't help but feel like, for all you know, the Bastion people gave like lies, or if there were Fae involved, they, you know, you're on like a TikTok clock here. So
yeah.
Whether or not you're able to bring those people up, aside from Mr. Brown, is the big question.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, talking to Duskers is off the table because they're cops.
Sure. And you two specifically are not supposed to be known. Like, that's the other thing, is you two specifically are not supposed to know. Whether or not Amy knows any of the Bastion members, like, I don't know, that would probably be a Benny spend, but blah 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 is a big question. So
absolutely
about whether like specifically like what did she see? Yeah.
I mean, that is definitely a line of inquiry I'd like to follow. I don't know if Streffen wants to follow it immediately because he's now thinking in terms of like what is directly relevant to this jailbreak. But like, oh man, Streffen also cares about what Amy would want to know, and he would also tell Amy about like the events there. You know, there would be a lot of hesitation during the telling because Streffen is a sensitive little boy, and Amy, you know, is a little bit abrasive.
Amy's what?
A little bit abrasive.
Amy's, I'm sorry. Fucking say it, Paxton.
Amy's all like, moi abrasive?
Never.
Who, me?
Who, me? A little bit of a bitch? No.
A batch? Never.
Batch.
Ew!
Bless you.
Bless you, my child.
Thank you.
Bless you.
And
Anyway, moving on. But yeah, I think Streffen like limps over to a park bench and then tells Amy about the vision. So that then we can have the conversation about whether or not we want to investigate what distracted her, or if we want to focus for now.
I mean, how would you just how do you say it? Because that is going to impact Amy.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. I think Streffen. He goes. So I didn't see everything that happened that night, but I did see the fight itself. Obviously it was amazing. A lot of power and skill went into their competition, but and it looked like she was going to win too, up until she saw something. I couldn't, no matter what I did, I couldn't see whatever it was she saw, but it gave Brown, the instant he needed to get back on his feet and to win the fight and kill her. But
what do you mean she saw something?
Like there was a moment she had Brown on the ground. She was about to lunge for him, and she suddenly just like froze and was looking off in a direction for just a second. And that's when he got her. I tried to look from other angles, or slow down my vision a little bit, or it just didn't. It's like whatever she saw, either it wasn't actually there, or had some sort of protection against people seeing it magically. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's even relevant, I just figured you would want to know some of the details. Whatever it was, though, it scared her. Like, she wasn't scared of Brown or of anybody else until she saw whatever was there.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, yeah.
Does Amy have any idea of things that might frighten her mother? Or
No.
might have frightened her mother?
Mm-mm.
I didn't think so.
Like Satan himself.
The devil.
I don't think she would be scared of Satan. I'm gonna be real.
All right. Here's what I'll say. Because there's no roll for memory, remember this. So I'll say this: if you want to make a common knowledge roll at -8, because this is a little time, you're welcome to do it.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to try.
No.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's what they tell me when I spend my $3 in the lottery.
Yeah, right?
Hmm.
Right? So
And
we're
I'm not-
going in.
And I'm not even asking
D4 common knowledge at a -8.
There we go.
But you got a
Need to
D.
ace thrice on that D4.
But you got a D6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh no. I'm
Oh.
being so annoyed. I mean,
Nope.
Oh, okay.
But what if I spent a penny?
Oh.
I'm gonna try again.
I mean, this will be juicy lore if you get it.
I know. Yeah, no, I didn't get it. The best I got was a -2.
Woo. Yeah, you can't. You feel like there is something you may have seen once, and but it's gone. It's gone in all the feelings of grief that you're feeling and anger, but then like not grief because you knew she wasn't a good person, right? Like, so, and like there's a difference between knowing she's dead and knowing she's dead. So there's a lot going on here for Amy.
Sure is.
So
I think she's just quiet then. I think Streffen shares this and she's just got a sour look of contemplation on her face. But she doesn't say anything.
okay. Well, I think this is a good time to take our first 1 hour break. The break's not going to be an hour. We're out of the hour mark, so let's take a break. We'll see you at
good idea.
5:45. Bye. No, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. I need some heartburn medicine. I ate too much hummus. Anyway, so let them go take some.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Oh my god.
And we're back. Sorry it took us a little bit longer than usual. It was hard to find I don't know, a piece. My heartburn. Whatever. And we're back. All right. Hour 2. Get ready. Belugaloo. All right. So you all are sitting in this little park.
Mhm.
And now you're back. So.
And we're back.
How you feeling?
Bad.
Bad. In living color.
Streffen is always feeling bad in living color.
True.
What a pair we make.
But that's okay. So Streffen says, yeah, I don't know if that actually helps us very much with what's going on right now. I was thinking I might know someone who knows someone who helped create some of the magical defenses in the prison. And so it's possible I could make a trade or two in order to help us get through some of those. Obviously, I'd rather not, but like, we can do it. This is probably as good a place as any to call someone up for a conversation.
That sounds like a big fucking ask.
Especially if you're not sure. I don't know. Maybe we should split up. You can talk to your kinds of people, and I can talk to my kinds of people.
I don't much like the idea of us splitting up right now.
That's fair. I just keep thinking about what happened with Sir Porter and how when we presented our requests to something for both of us, he asked for something from both of us. And I'm pretty sure that something similar might happen, at least with the kinds of people I'm going to be talking to.
That's a fair point. You're gonna have the talk here?
If you want, we can move someplace safer. I don't know. You could drop me off at my place or something.
I mean, public park is kind of safe in its visibility. No, I think you're right. Time is of the essence. We might do better to divide and conquer.
All right. I will send you a text if someone tries to murder me.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Send me a text.
Yeah.
That'll get you the results you need in a timely fashion. Certainly not shouting help to the cops over there definitely wouldn't, do much.
Streffen side-eyes the cops and says, yeah, that definitely would help us.
I mean, they're fucking Duskers, so I'd hope they'd help. All right, I guess I'll meet you back here later. Or
See you
if
then.
there's somewhere else to meet, you message me.
I think here is probably as good a place as any.
All right. And then I think Amy's gonna go.
See you later.
Where? I don't know yet.
See you later, Amy.
Bye.
Bye, Amy.
Hope you find your
You
mom.
find your mom.
Good
Oh
luck.
no.
Good luck storming the castle.
Do you think they're gonna make it? It would take a miracle.
It would take a miracle.
Bye.
All right.
Chocolate coating makes it go down easier.
Who are you reaching out to?
Gosh. I probably don't want to reach out to the lady right now. Because she has already made it clear to me that she considers me to already owe her some information.
She does.
But I know other Fae.
You do.
And not it can't be against the rules for me to reach out to like all of the Fae I know.
Well, how many are you reaching out to? Just like
Oh
one?
man.
2? 75.
Well, let me get my list of PCs. Why don't you make me a networking roll, either with intimidation or persuasion?
Awesome.
Yes.
And
intimidate that network.
Yep. And for every positive rank you have with a particular group, you may make you can add that number to it.
Okay, cool. So let me see. I think I have a +1 with the Summer Fae right now.
Yep.
Nice. So that plus my -2 for my wonky eye means I get a -1 to this.
Nice.
Cool beans. It's okay. I have bennies, and I'm gonna spend another one for sure. Come on, baby. Oh boy, I'm gonna spend my last benny.
Do it. Do it.
Come on. Well, that's a basic success.
Nice.
5 - 1 is a 4.
5 - 1 is a 4.
Good enough. Good enough.
I like how you're like not even on the screen. It's just a blurry, and then your voice is just like, wah. So here's what you're just like laughing. You're just like Jackie, internet ghost. So it takes you the better part of a day. Your people are spread out, the ones that you know. But there is one that you realize, like, you hit up a couple different places, and finally you go to one of the subway stations. I think it's 52nd Street, on the 123 line. Because that's the one I believe that has the tiles done with the story of Alice in Wonderland on the sides. It's a real one. It's my favorite. They have like the Mad Hatter's Tea Party in like a mosaic on the wall in tile. It's awesome. And you see a woman there. She's got just bright orange hair with like yellow highlights, like living fire almost.
Yeah.
And she's wearing combat boots and striped leggings that match her hair, and a pair of jorts over that, and a short sleeve black t-shirt, a jean vest, and she's playing a ukulele.
Nice.
While sitting there like busking. She's what?
Her Manny Pixie Dream Girls just Faye? Is that what we're learning here?
No.
I think is that some Fae are manic pixie dream girls.
Yes, they're literally pixies, right? Like literal
oh my
pixies.
God.
I just love the description. And she's got a ukulele. And I'm like, okay.
You know, she's just like, she's singing, she's busking. She's also like, you notice that she's got one of those like really like a headset on, and like one of those belt,
like a mic pack.
Yeah, like with a little belt micro, like amplify, like you know. And she's like singing. She's not particularly on key. It's not. She's not great at this. You know her as October. And she was, you know her through, there's a group of humans who, for various times, were taken by the Fae, right, for extended period times. People like who were lured in as children, and when they came out, like 500 years has passed, and things like that. But there is also a support group, you know, that meets, you know, once a week, you know, bad coffee, pretty decent donuts. But they're like Fae food donuts.
Yeah. So like they actually taste like flavors and not like ash.
Exactly. And a lot of people have a hard time like readjusting to society, and the fact that she like uses actual technology has always been impressive to you. And what you know about October is she seems very happy and very nice, and she always has a smile on, but she was trained to be a killer.
That's hot.
yeah, a little bit, you know.
You know, because no one ever suspects the human person, right? And so she doesn't know how many, like she has said, she doesn't know how many people she killed in the service of the person. There you go. That's who she is. Strumming her ukulele, singing, I don't know, You Belong to Me by Taylor Swift on the like really, but not well.
Yeah. Oh, that's the perfect song. Anyway.
And she sees you come up, and like her eyes get all big. Streffen! It's so nice.
Hey, Dober.
Oh, long time no see. You haven't been by the group in a while. What happened to your eye? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm yeah, this is don't it's a you know what? Maybe I will tell the story sometime, but maybe not here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gosh. Okay. Do you think we can, talk? I could, buy you a coffee or something. I think there's a edible coffee somewhere around here.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. And she like points at the like New York style cabbie hat that has
Mhm.
only a few bucks. This hasn't been my best day, and I've done all my greatest hits. We didn't start the
Mm.
fire. No one likes that on ukulele, I guess. Um, I've been trying to save up for one of those like electronic drum machines, but I don't know. And she
Mm.
like dumps the 1050 that she made, which into her like satchel or whatever, and slings the ukulele over her back and says,
Mm.
"Okay, we're like, yeah, that'd be great."
Awesome. Do you want me to roll something to find a like Mysteria Starbucks or something?
Sure. Give me a common knowledge. Give me a common knowledge.
Awesome. My D6 aced into a 3. That's a 9, which is a success with a raise.
So not only do you know where there's a Mysteria coffee shop, you know where there's a Mysteria coffee shop that sells Fey food that is not like too high marked up.
Yeah.
And like this is a person that actually does a decent job with the ingredients from the Summerlands, so it's like you can get yourself like a solid apple pie. It's not apple; it's some other sort of
Yeah.
like fey fruit, like
Yeah.
like moon grape apple, like pie. But it's
Mm.
pretty decent. It's got like
Nice.
kind of like one of those pot like a custard apple, which are actually
Yeah.
fucking gross.
Maybe the baker is half brownie or something.
Yeah, yeah. Just like one of those. Yeah, you say half brownie. I picture like a half
The
anime.
fucking gingerbread man
Yeah,
kind of
like
deal. Yeah.
hello, like their
Is it
bottom.
top half or bottom half?
Yeah, no, it's down.
Or is
the
it hot
mid-
dog?
It's just down the middle. Like one half is all
Hamburger
burnt
or hot dog?
edges, right?
Mhm. Harvey Dent.
Yeah,
Um,
half their face is
Fucking two-faced brownie man over here.
just so fucking delicious. Like just picks off bits of its face. Yum yum yum. Like Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut. Hell. Yeah.
So yeah, you get to sit down. You go there. It's crowded with people that you have seen and other fae, like around. But these are all like lower elves or lower fae. None of them have like the weird monochrome eyeballs that
Yeah.
So like yeah, they're brownies and maybe a satyr, a puka, things like
Yeah.
that.
Like
But
a lot of these fae have never even seen a she.
right, exactly, and like you know, but like a traditional New York deli / coffee shop, like everyone is like taking a line or like a number, and people are shoving. Everyone's kind of displeased and grumpy.
Like you order a sandwich and the guy behind the counter is like, no, you don't want that. So let me make you what you really want.
Exactly. So there you are doing your thing, and she gets like a croissant and some jam. She's eating. You guys find a little two top out of the way. And she's like, she sits there and she's like, okay, so what's up?
Right. So I hate to, come here asking for favors, but I need to find somebody who can help with something. and I figure you might be the person to ask.
Okay.
I need something to help get through some man. Sorry, I Paxton am now trying to decide how I even want to approach this conversation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It
sounds to me like you want someone to open a door, right? Like you want to like and because you know that she killed people, she was a literal assassin.
Like either she can or she knows somebody who can.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of how I phrase it. I say, I think I need somebody who can open a door. It's probably one of the more heavily protected doors in the city, though. You know anything about Central Park?
It's yeah, it opened 1885. Uh-huh. And she like gives you a little wink.
Uh-huh.
But that's a pretty big door.
It is. It's a long story. Actually, has something to do with my eye story.
Sounds
So
like
like
a pretty stupid story, if you ask me. Like,
you have no fucking idea how stupid it is.
I mean, I'm not here to like, but that's a door.
It is, and I would never. The thing is that a friend really needs help with this, and I cannot. I owe them a lot, and so I'm got to do whatever I can, you know.
Yeah. That's a toughie.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we have a way in the back door. We just need something to keep us. Oh, man, I can't. I was not smart enough to actually write down the defenses we know about.
I wrote them down.
Ooh.
Would you like me to read them to you?
Yes, if you could help me, please.
Oh, yes, my dear friend. I have this for you. So the three big things that I wrote down, saying we will need to shifting hallways, a room of doorways, but we know which door we need to go through. And then I think the most important one is the updated wing has motion sensors and heat sensors, which we might be able to get by if we're quick enough when we're whittle.
Right.
It's still been a few years since Corporal Sir Alphonse Porter was there. So there could have been additional updates from that point that we don't know about. But my thought of my worry of doors is more regarding the cell block or the specific cell, because one of the people that Amy is intending on talking to might be further help with security-based things beyond doors.
Absolutely. So Streffen would tell her like, gosh, honestly, a lot of that. The thing that I'm most concerned about is navigating through my source said that there were shifting hallways, and we don't want to waste time on those, you know.
October gives a little laugh, which for her comes out as like a full throated chortle. Like it's like an ugly laugh, but
you got a dad laugh.
Oh yeah,
hot.
And she just goes, um, and she goes, shifting hallways. Oh gosh, I thought they put those out to rest, but God,
It is an old facility.
yeah, I guess so. Um, so she goes a shifting like the thing about a shifting hallway is it doesn't shift to you.
Hmm.
Like once you're in the hallway, you're just in the hallway.
You just got to find the right one then.
It just goes always. And it's actually moving. You just don't know it. It just looks straight. You know what I mean?
I think so.
And unless you know how it shifts and you can thus shift with you, you'll just be walking forever. Yeah. I can. She says, I can take care of a shifting hallway. That's easy enough. I can, and she rummages into her bag. She's like, I know they're in here somewhere. And she's and she takes out a single. It looks like a monocle made of stone.
Hmm.
So like there is glass in it. There is a little like hoop. There is a little chain on it. But the actual like thing is made of stone. She's like, just look through this. It'll help you out. It's not,
Awesome.
yeah, it's not 100% every time. But it'll give you a one. It'll give you ups. It'll help you out when you need it.
Awesome. That's perfect.
Um,
Accept the monocle.
she says, all I want is when you come back, you got to start coming to the meetings again. They're we've been worried about you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come to some more meetings.
It's not good, she puts her hand on yours and says,
Uh-huh.
not there are only so few of us who know what we're going through. And I appreciate you doing this thing for your friend. But it's important to remember that she'll never understand you the way we will. They can't. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You get a Benny for that scene.
Yes.
All right, Amy, where are you headed? Let's cut over to you.
I think Amy is. I was so sure in which one I was going to do first, and now I'm not anymore. I think Amy is going to lean on her Bastion contact.
Dr. August
Favor.
Winters.
No, that's someone she owes a favor to. She's going to find somebody that owes her a favor in some way, shape, or form. Like not I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how this, because we haven't really talked in details. Like we know the source of the favor with the Bastion, but we haven't really talked about who Amy would have interacted with or who she would think to go to regarding this. Because I don't think she would just go to any Dick, Jane, or Sally. She would want to go to a known quantity.
But what if there was someone named Dick, Jane, Sally?
That's fine as long as she knows them. I don't got. It's not. That's not any Dick, Jane, or Sally. That is the Dick, Jane, or Sally.
First name Dick Jane, last name Sally.
or Sally, please.
Yeah.
Dick, Jane, or Sally.
So yes. So, I think in previous establishment we said that there is, I think there is a garrison of the Bastion. They have like a barracks. It's probably a a brownstone or a small apartment building, and everyone who lives there is a member of the Bastion. And they actually probably, it's one of those places that probably has like commercial stuff on the bottom and residential apartments on the top. So like a building mullet, and it's got it's got like a it's got one of them, it's got like a dry cleaners and a bank and like a building, like some miscellaneous storefront. Maybe it sells mattresses. But
it sells mattresses,
right? Like yeah, every mattress place is just owned by the Bastion because fucking of course, like, man,
That shit's money laundering. It's gotta be. You can't see a fucking mattress store across from a mattress store and the last person you talk to purchased a mattress online. Like, nobody fucking goes in there anymore.
Right.
And yet they continue to
There's
populate.
so many.
Not the point.
Yeah,
There's so many.
So many mattress stores. Actually, interestingly enough, when there's like a mattress store next to a mattress store, they're usually owned by the same people creating their own competition. Like,
I believe it.
Rich people, rich people. That's who needs all the mattresses. Just California King. I can't hear
a song with it.
California King.
Unforgettable.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, there's probably like that place right there. Like, that that's them, right? That's their thing. There's probably even like a taekwondo school, which is like just it's that building.
Yeah.
And I would say that, like every good parolee, you probably have a parole officer of sorts.
Yeah, probably.
Who you may not have anymore, right? You may only check in with them once in a while. If you want, they can be a person who you would talk to. They may not feel like you may have built up enough trust and rapport that they wouldn't necessarily narc you out immediately. Or maybe they don't like you and you're buds with, like, I don't know, the person who runs the shawarma place and etc.
I think I would much rather the person that Amy seeks out to at least be amicable. I already have enough trouble with people as it is. I don't think it is a friend, but I do think it is at least of a positive working relationship. Like, Amy does not get buddy with people, but Amy is a very straightforward and to the point individual. And if she was expected to check in with the Bastion every so often with decreasing frequency as time goes on, she would do so to the fucking letter because she knows the importance of that. And that may have built up at least like baseline, I guess you're all right cred with this individual.
Awesome. So you have like a case manager that operates out of one of these storefronts. Like, they don't know exactly. They're like, maybe they're like a quote unquote travel agency. But import export, whatever people do, I don't know what
travel agency.
I don't know what real people do for a living, like for their jobs. Or it's like a computer repair place. It's like one of those places. Oh, I like that. It's like one of those places that when you walk in, it's just like computer parts along every like shelf and like who knows what shelves do, like what these computers do. People walk in and they're just like, this is overwhelming. Why are there all these wires? But it's all for show. Because in actuality, this person runs a is a caseworker for people who have run afoul for this. What is this person? Tell me about this person. Come up with a name real fast.
Oh no, the name is usually the last thing I come up with.
I know. Tell me what this person looks like.
I mean, we've kind of established the Bastion as supremacists, human supremacists, so I don't imagine they're non-human in form.
True.
But they might have Ripper tech.
Isn't that a thing? Don't the Bastions have Rippers?
They do. They do have Rippers. Although they don't Bastion, they don't know. They are augmented, but they don't. No one knows that the Bastion get their augmentations from dead from people they've killed. That's a secret.
Yeah. But that's a fair flavor point for Paxton, at least. Yes. I think for the person to have any sort of working relationship with Amy, there needs to be a shared directness and potentially through association sternness. Mm-hmm. Like there is no small talk, there is no humor in the conversation. They both were like, I'm here, here's what I've been doing, is there anything else? Okay, bye. Like no desire for any additional conversation.
Oh, I feel like this person may be like a Mad Eye Moody, but sort of dude with like long stringy hair, but like specifically played by Patrick Gleason, right? Wasn't it the person who played him? Wasn't that the dude? No, I may be wrong. Who played Mad Eye Moody?
It was Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson. Yes.
Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson. Yeah, like that sort of vibe. Right? Like long, like an older dude, probably at one time in like the late 70s, early 80s, was like hot shit agent, and now like he's got bad knees, but he like knows stuff. He's probably got a sweet mustache, just like a big gray handlebar mustache, long gray stringy hair.
Wears like little round sunglasses all the time.
Yeah, he only drinks like coffee out of styrofoam cups that he buys like 3 doors down or blocks down at like a bodega, because he says they put the best sugar cream ratio in it. And like his whole desk is just a mess of like notes and like pink carbon copy paper, yellow carbon copy paper. He's got like a little bit of a beard, he's very unshaven otherwise. Oh, I love him. And he's a New Yorker by life, which is why the two of you like each other so much, because he rolls in and he's like, fucking Amy Wars. Nice to see yas.
Sorry. Trying to find a good name for the dude. Oh, Theo.
Terrence.
Oh, Theo. Yes.
Theo
Flex. That's his last name. Flex.
Theo Flex.
Theo Festus.
FLEKS.
KS.
CKS. Okay. Yeah.
CKS.
Yeah. Theo Flex. Sounds like a workout routine.
Theo Flex.
Get here.
A protein supplement.
Yep. Hello, I'm Theo Flex. Have you tried my protein supplement? This is straight bone broth. We've dehydrated and mixed with chocolate. And now we've put it like just blend this powder with some dehydrated blueberries, you assholes, and drink it, and you will have king power for a day.
Oh my god, I forgot a word that I was going to write.
Uh,
Okay.
Is it he only wears suspenders because belts don't work because his hips are too high? No. I'm on tonight because my hips don't lie and I'm trying to do. Boop, 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 boop.
Careful, we're gonna get DMCA.
Don't demac me. Don't mac me. I'm demand. Smoosh.
Okay.
He looks at he like flips over a calendar and he's like, I don't have you down for 2 more weeks.
Because I'm not in to check in. I need to talk to you about something.
Oh
personally.
gosh. Listen. If you were he's like, listen, we don't do tests here like that. If you were with someone who was unclean, you may want to. There's a clinic down the street.
I think Amy just gives him the most like nonplussed, I don't fucking care what you're saying kind of look. Like she looks so haggard and tired. Like she's not often looking energetic, but she just looks extra bad right now.
He's like, ha ha, just busting your fucking chops. What can I do you for us?
Do you for us?
This guy.
Amy kind of looks around the shop and says, is there anywhere a little more private that we could talk? I want some random walking in the middle of the conversation.
He like hits a button and you hear the door behind you lock. It's locked.
How would she even?
Wars.
How would she even?
I get up for 2 things: more coffee and the John. And you're not one of those.
Can I say that she grabbed one of those coffees that he likes from the bodega that he's mentioned on her way in?
I love it.
Like she has it for him.
Yes.
And she just says, well, good luck. Good thing I got this then. And she sets it down and kind of like slides it towards him.
Oh, good. I don't have to get up for my 2:30 appointment. He like picks at his teeth a little. All right, come on.
I'm in a pickle.
Oh, are you? Dill or sweet?
Probably sweet because it sucks.
Fucking hot takes from Paxton. Holy shit. I mean, Allie's on your side on that one, but like also.
You don't like a good bread and butter pickle occasionally? One of them like sweetie pickles?
It usually no.
What about sweet relish?
Not really. I don't eat things that like relish goes on is the thing. So
have you ever had a pickled watermelon rind?
I have not.
That shit.
I heard this tastes like
but...
fucking gummy worms or some shit.
Oh my god, they're so good. They're like, yeah, they're so sugary and they are so good. That's a sweet pickle. Anyway. Also, have you ever pickled in Kool-Aid before? Because that is a fucking move.
Have done that. I don't like pickles personally, and the closest that I've gotten to liking a pickle was a Kool-Aid pickle.
Fair enough. All right. He's like, okay, you're in a pickle. I can see.
Yeah,
We're not playing our usual mind games and wordplay. All right, sit down.
Is there actually somewhere to sit?
Yeah, it's a shitty chair.
Okay.
It's like
it'd be fucking funny if he's like, sit down, and there's nothing but the floor.
No. There's like, yeah, please. That's his fucking power move. Everyone sits on the floor. No, it's a shitty chair. He's got like one of them really expensive chairs that like lumbar support, goes behind his head, and you get a fucking corrugate. You get like a metal folding chair.
That's fine.
Doesn't even
I don't care.
Doesn't even have a like a cushion, and it leans a little bit when you sit on it. Just
oh, it's like it's uneven on the legs, so
Yeah.
it's constantly like bouncing back and forth. Hate that shit. She sits, but she doesn't settle.
Back
Trying
and
to
forth, tap
decide.
tap 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 tap.
She's enough far enough forward that it just stays on that front side, but any shift causes it to like fall back. I'm trying to decide how much she'll say. I know, but like
I can't role play for you. Like...
I know. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared. God. I mean,
I do
trust you
think
to
that
keep...
it's. Oh, go ahead.
Can I trust you to keep your fucking mouth shut on this?
Nope. I mean, like, and he like stops for a second. He goes, "If you are considering committing Mysteria crime, I am required by the law of the Bastion to report it to the popular authorities. What do you want from me? Like, you need money? I'll help you out with money. You need a ride to the airport? We are not that close of friends."
I don't need a fucking rank in the airport. I have a recent and extreme interest in a very specific building.
We don't.
That I was
Go ahead.
hoping you would be able to... What's the word? Jackie forgot the word. Satiate my curiosity for.
Okay. Go on. Are you looking to buy property in this market? It's a terrible idea. We don't provide mortgages here.
No, I've got a place. It's not a problem.
I thought you said you would give me money.
Money and mortgage money are two different things.
Fucking
Like, giving money is like $2 for a fucking bus fare. Like, mortgage money is not that.
He's like, I hear you need at least 15% down.
No, I've got a place and it's mine and nothing's gonna happen to it. Like, I'm not here about no fucking real estate. I'm trying to figure out how she would do this.
Listen.
Hypothetically, say I knew somebody was going to make some sort of move against something, and I was able to provide you information about location of a person of interest. Could I possibly trade it for general information of the building I'm curious about?
Wow. He looks at you and he goes, that is a lot of words that mean absolutely fuck all. Come on. This is not how we do things. I ask you legitimate questions. You bust my balls. You answer the legitimate question. You ask me legitimate questions. You bust my balls. Then blah, blah, blah.
Well, Amy's busting balls both ways. Marcus Divine.
And that shuts him up real quick. Oh. And now he's got like business face on. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening. You've got my full and undivided fucking attention.
I have had a recent run-in with Marcus Divine.
And he he starts moving around papers and stuff. And
he sought me out, Marcus Divine.
And he moves and he gets to a book. And it's like he flips through a bunch of pages and he goes, Well, that is very interesting because our information has Marcus holed up in Poland as of last year. So looks like we'll have to update our notebook.
He is currently working, at least part of the time, under the alias of Dr. Van House.
Mm-hmm. This is because that's good. That's good. Uh-huh. This is why we keep you around, because your finger is on the pulse of them vampires that's still around, right? Them bloodsuckers.
Pulse is certainly a strong word.
Haha. Hurry the fuck up now.
Haha, keep talking, dumbass.
Right, this is not the game right now. There's no more jokes anymore.
No, this is business.
This is
This is
business.
business.
Uh-huh.
Jackie is trying to find names of things in her notes. I was recently invited to a meeting with him at Club Sliver. Sliver. I said it right. Jackie
Yeah.
had to double check.
Yeah, and he he goes, we fucked that place up good back in the raid, you know?
No, I know, I saw.
Okay. Uh-huh. What did Mr. Divine want?
And this is where I need to decide if she's going to tell him. Nothing in the contract was requiring secrecy.
He did not swear you to secrecy. That was on him.
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
And Ben Hatton for not
and I'm
thinking about
taking
it.
Full fucking advantage of that shit. I am under contract with Marcus Divine.
His little eyebrow pop, his like big bushy eyebrow pops up at that. Contract with a big capital C spelled with blood.
Like her hand kind of goes towards her neck. Contract.
You are a fucking idiot.
I don't need more people to tell me that.
Oh, I'm going to tell you one more time. You ready? You are a fucking idiot.
You mook.
You fucking mook. You know, let me tell you this. Let me tell you a story, Wars. One time, my brother-in-law, stupid guy, stupid guy, but he likes to think he's smart. You ready? He turned on the oven, right? You with me? Yeah? And it didn't go on. And my sister, she's yelling at him, being like, the pilot light is out. And he's like, the pilot light's not out. It's just, doing it's not turning on. Right? You with me? Uh-huh. But the pilot light was fucking out. So he goes, I'm going to take a look. And he takes out his trusty Zippo. Right? Boop, ready? You with me? You with me? Uh-huh. And my sister, she goes, hey, it's full of gas. Don't light that thing. And he goes, shut up. I know what I'm doing. But I don't think he sounded like that. And he fucking opened. And that fucking thing, boop, pooch, poosh. And then a fucking fireball like fucking Gandalf shot out of his staff, came up and took over his face, burned off his goddamn hair and eyebrows. He looked like a fucking baby at Christmas that year. That is fucking stupid. You making a contract with Marcus Divine is even fucking stupider.
Amy sat a deadpan this entire time of like, I don't know why I'm having to listen to this. I'm fucking loving it. Gosh, you don't think I don't fucking know how dumb it was? Does it not like get into your brain that maybe I was just that desperate?
All right. Sure.
Like I said, I'm in a pickle.
Yeah, you fucking headless pickle soon, but you go ahead.
But
what was the deal?
Jackie's a little know if I want to fucking tell him.
In for a penny, though.
In
We
for a pound. In for a pickle.
We don't use pounds. There is a person of interest
Oh.
that I need to, at least, if it is to threat of my life, to do any further, whatever.
Way that.
I need to at least get proof of their existence or death.
Okay.
In trade for information that I very much need for my people. Because I think, is it safe to say the Bastion knows she's a part of the 1001? No, they wouldn't know. Then she wouldn't have said that.
So
I'm trying.
rechange. Amy would know that. So rechange
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Remember, you were kept. One of the reasons that the 1001 picked you up was also so that you could keep relating things about the Bastion to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
long story short, Divine has something I need, and this was the only way that I could ensure I would get it from him. But the dumbass didn't swear me to secrecy, and if he doesn't uphold his end of the bargain, then he's in trouble.
okay. So, what exactly, what person is in what place are you trying to do?
What's the name of the prison?
We never.
We have.
I don't think I
I
ever
don't think
gave
named
it a
it.
name.
The
referring
Hellmouth.
to it like
No,
the
wait.
Central Park prison, but that
Hold
doesn't
on.
feel
No,
fair.
let's look up fantasynamegenerator.com. Thanks for everything, fantasy.
Not sponsored.
It's the oubli because it's a large oubliette.
Yeah, I do have written down the Central Park prison. That is all we have been referring it to.
Hold on. I'm looking. Real names, place and locations. Let's see. Amusement parks, casinos, films, headquarters, jungles, outpost names. Prison names. Here we go.
Choo choo.
I think we're gonna call it. I mean, it makes sense to call it the Iron Keep.
The Iron Keep.
Yeah, because it keeps in like the Fae, you know.
Yeah.
The Iron Keep. Oh man, do I want breakfast tacos?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that even an option?
Amy is going to be paying extreme and intense attention to catch Theo's reaction when she answers his question.
Okay, then we're also going to need opposing perception rolls, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Or performance.
So his question was, what does he need and what are you getting out of it? Was TLDR what it was, right?
No, he just said what building. He didn't ask you what information, because that doesn't matter to him yet.
Divine is convinced that Cordella Renwick is being kept in the Iron Keep.
Make a roll. I'm gonna spend a penny. Yeah. Go ahead.
And I am doing notice. Yes.
Notice.
I'm gonna spend a penny. Oh god, it fell. Try that again. Am I gonna spend another penny? Yep, last penny. We're going for it. Savage. Okay, best I got was a 7.
Say what?
Best I got was a 7.
You beat him by 1 because he got a 6.
Oh, God. She is looking to see if he reacts to the name Cordelia Renwick. Like she isn't looking to see how he feels about the fact. Maybe it's in part how he feels about the fact that Divine is insistent and so sure that Cordelia is there, but like it's less for Divine and more for her that she's looking.
And he said, "Oh, that's a good question." And he looks at you and says, "What does he say to you? What does he say to you?" He goes, "So let me see if I understand this correctly. You with? He wants you to find, if Cordelia Renwick's there." That's right. At the prison. That's what you're saying. And you entered into an agreement to find someone. Yes, this is what we're talking about.
To retrieve, if possible.
Oh, I'm sorry. To retrieve her. This person, yes?
If possible.
If possible.
At threat of my life.
At threat of your life. Like your head would pop off and you would be dead on our feet. Right?
The if then of not actually retrieving and just confirming is also of my life.
Okay, I get it. So, well, let's be very clear. Cordelia Renwick is dead. Right? That's what happened. A bunch of them died. The big ones. Marcus is one of the last 3 of the head family heads that are out of Marcus Renwick is one of the Marcus Divine is one of the last 3 American family heads still around. And as near as we can tell, they're no longer in America. And I will say with that, he is, as far as you know, he's being honest to you. He is not lying to you. He believes that Cordelia Renwick is dead.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, he probably wouldn't have the clearance to know otherwise, but okay.
Right. And so he says, so if I'm going to be honest, you're going to get into the Iron Keep, right? I'm going to go check. That's your move.
It's a move, certainly.
Oh, God.
Another move would be to ensure that Marcus Divine isn't going to be at the agreed upon meeting place at the agreed upon time.
And he like touches his chest for a minute. And he goes, God, fucking.
Takes
like
his pocket, pops a handful of Tums.
Yeah, he just he turned like he's got one of those like metal desks, right? Those like old metal desks that when they open like a drawer, you hear the metal desk open. You know what I'm feeling? And he just like opens it and he comes out with
the
like
thing where he just like pours it into his mouth,
just like fucking liquid Malox, just like chugs from the bottle. God damn it, Wars. Oh God.
What, you rather I didn't come to you about this?
Oh, shut up for a minute. Oh, I gotta let lunch settle. You shut the fuck up. Oh, this was not the day for huevos rancheros. Let me tell you.
Every day's a day for huevos rancheros.
Not if Amy Wars is involved.
Right. Nothing with salsa for Amy Wars. He's like, okay, and covered in like pickled jalapenos. Okay. When the fact that you met with him before you even talked to us is a problem. But oh god. Ugh. Okay. And then the fact that you entered into a contract with them is also like. And he just stops and he goes, "You know what? My brother-in-law is Albert fucking
hairless one."
Yeah, he's Albert fucking Einstein in comparison to you, Wars. He is the smartest guy in the world compared to you. That prison is impenetrable. Because we wanted it to be. Do you know who runs that prison?
Oh.
The Lady Ballbuster herself. The grandest ballbuster of them all. My boss. My boss's 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 boss. Like, she's there all the fucking time. Except when she's out going on these streets, killing people like you. And you're just gonna waltz in there and be like, "Hello, I would like to check for Cordelia Renwick, a goddamn dead body." What do you want from me? Other than a heart attack right here.
Well, I don't want that for you. If that's any consolation.
Oh, thank you.
She's just got a stank on her face the entire time. Jesus Christ. Paxton.
Yes.
Do you think it would behoove us more to have insurance that Divine is handled with the potential for our prize being taken as well? Or do you think Amy should push for some information connection or way in to the Iron Keep?
I think from this guy, it seems more likely that like I really like the idea of getting Marcus.
Yeah. My thought, and I'm gonna say this in character in a second, but my thought is, I mean, the information that Divine is not in the same country that they had expected him to be is already like big oof on Divine's part. Potentially big enough oof that General Nix Kane could be called in to collect him, which would be so beautiful because we know he would shit his pants.
Yeah.
And Amy's favor would be specifically that the messenger bag with the letters not be like kept, because that is what she needs. But I don't know if showing her hand like that is a good idea. But also, like, we need those letters.
We do need those letters, ideally. Just tossing ideas out there. Wouldn't it be extra convenient if General Nix Kane were to go out to hunt down the last of the heads of the American
around the
vampire
same
families
time that
about
we're
the same
going to.
time we were
Yeah,
poking our heads
exactly.
into the prison, you know.
So I guess the question is, would it be better for us to push for General Nix Kane to be the one to make that arrest or collection or what have you? Or would it be better to push to ensure that we receive the letters regardless?
Oh man.
Because I think I don't know I would be able to get both
No, absolutely.
without some sort of role, and I
Uh-huh.
most likely will not succeed that role, and I'm out of minis. I don't
Our
even know if we'll be able to get
bosses,
one for sure, but like,
I think our bosses would want us to get the papers. For sure. But like,
I think Amy cares more about our
about
success of the heist.
actually checking, because now all these questions have been opened up and there's emotions wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
Seems like it would be a strong character choice to
Play fun,
actually
not
go
smart,
check.
right? Okay, so the question was, what do you want from me? Or what are you wanting from me?
He's just like patting his pudgy fingers into like, what do you want from me? From me.
From me.
What can I possibly give to you? Oh, no, sorry, I can't do that. I'll get fired. We're gonna be dematched.
You're fired. I need one of two things.
Oh, a pair. Excellent.
I mean, if you can get me both, that'd be great, but
unlikely.
I need at least one of two things.
Fair enough. You do realize who I am.
I do. Which is why I said I need, not I expect. Because I fucking know better.
Oh, you're fucking funny.
Aha.
I'm gonna name my next turd after you, Wars. Come on.
I think that actually gets the tiniest crack of a smile from Amy. Like, it's quick, it's fleeting, it's gone as quickly as it's there, but it happens.
That's fair.
Because that's fucking funny. And a point of pride for her almost. Because she knows he means it.
He does. He's gonna be like, he's gonna wipe his ass and be like, "See you later, Wars flush."
The two things. I'm not gonna show any preference for one or the other because I don't know if I can or if I have any. I'm rambling. I don't need to be rambling. I think it would be of great impact and honestly would be a personal boon to me to know that Marcus Devine shat himself if General Nix Kane was the one to retrieve him.
Uh-huh.
Especially considering he's not in the same fucking country you expected him to be, so
No.
there's that.
That's helpful. That's very good. This is an important piece of information. I will I'm gonna pass this up. Don't worry about that. God damn. Oh, and he like drinks his Malox a little bit more, and then he's just like, he goes, however, I am not, her administrative assistant who schedules in luncheons and raids, so I can't. I think your other request may be more important.
She kind of has this like curl to her lip that, for those who know her, is a "we'll see" kind of face, where it's just like, I don't know, maybe. The other thing that I would need or would like, is in the removal of Divine, that a very specific bag is left. Because that very specific bag is what I need from him.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a persuasion roll?
I love in character voice calls for rolls. So I'm definitely gonna be getting the -2 for rebellious, right?
Yeah, even though you like him, even though you're
I
friends.
do, but he's a position of authority.
He certainly is.
Does the outsider apply here as well?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I always like to double check. We tend to be of same mind on most of these, but I always like to be sure just in case.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Mm.
Oh,
Fuck
Did
me.
you critical fail?
No.
Oh.
My 6 aced into a 1, which is a 7 -2 is 5, a success.
So
I done did it.
Oh, that's so good. Good for you.
It's good enough.
Good enough. So he sits there and he thinks for a second, leans way back in his expensive chair.
Oh, it's a nice enough chair that he doesn't ever have that moment where he feels like he's almost falling. Like it's
never ever. This chair is such a good chair, and he loves it.
Love that for him.
And he says, the best. He's like, I you know, he looks at you and he goes, okay, you know who's not going to be leading this charge? Who's not going to be leading the field attack?
You.
Me. Yep, me.
Yeah,
100%.
No.
Yeah. My days in the field are gone. Goner than gone.
Gone like the fucking cushioning of my knees.
Yeah, exactly.
And he looks, he's like, click, 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 click.
Right. Yeah. Gone like Madonna's face. No.
Gone like Princess Diana.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no,
like
too soon.
Like a fucking candle in the wind. No. No, he looks and he goes, so, I cannot do that. But I can try to put a special order in that what would he do?
Does he not know a guy that he can talk to and be like, "Hey, just don't"?
No, but could he? You know, like it's still like I think what he can say is
could be a request for specific evidence.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to say. He's like, I may say that in order to have the informant who gave me this information, like to have your cover not blown within the remaining vampire community, that you need to get materials back after they have been vetted for potential, bombs, guns, etc. Right? To make sure that we're not being like, oh, here you go, have a case of the plague that you can then, give out.
A case of the plague.
Casa de plague.
Casa de plague. Plagway.
Plagway.
That's the best you're gonna get out of me.
I know that's the best I'm gonna fucking get out of you.
I mean, you're not like I'm not a general. I'm not leading it. I can't be like stuffing it into under my shirt so that I can bring it to you because you brought me this information. I can make this requisition for you. All ball busting aside. God, he loves talking.
Take it.
He loves talking about balls that bust.
Yeah, maybe he's a therapist.
Probably talk to a therapist about that. Fucking Freudian.
Freudian
field day.
He probably had like a hernia once or twice, and he's just like constantly worried about balls busting. He's like ball busting aside. This is good work, Wars. You brought us good information. Divine is a bad guy who did bad things and probably still does, all things fucking considered. Now I got a question for you. This only works if we get him, right?
Yes.
He has proven more than once to be a sneaky motherfucker, right? So if we raid and he escapes, you're still going, like, right? This means to me, because I don't want to see your pickle head come off, this does suggest that you are, in fact, going to break in. This is what you're telling me, yes? On some level. You're not so stupid as to not do this, right?
I'm not so stupid as to not be beholden to the contract that has my life in its hands.
Right. So, as I've said, if you are intending to commit a crime, I have to tell the proper authorities. But maybe not today. I cannot help you with that, Wars. I can be your backup.
I have 6 days.
Good job.
That is when the contract is up.
Oh.
That is when I know where Divine will be.
Aha. So you're going to break in between now and 6 days from now.
I have 6 days. That's all she says.
Ah, I see.
She's not going to give an inch on that. She's not going to, like, he's smart enough to know what she needs to do. She's smart enough to know not to tell him any more specifics.
Yes, very good.
She would share the agreed upon meeting time and place.
Sure. And he says, oh, God. You didn't, like, grab one of them churros that they make, do you, in your pants? Somewhere, like a pocket full of churro?
If I had a Benny, I would. But I don't have a Benny. So she kind of, like, pats her chest and goes, no. I got you coffee.
Out of churros.
I got you coffee. I'm flat out of churros. I don't know what to do for you. Because that's going to help with the heartburn, too.
Oh, God. He loves his churros. Churros and coffee. I love Theoflex.
Theoflex, MVP. I love him.
Rapidly becoming my favorite NPC. Theoflex Fox.
Yeah. It's a shame that his name is not, like, Theodocus Flexopolis or something. Like he's just like
the
Greekest guy.
Yeah. So cool. That was a real productive conversation. I think Amy stands and is like, if there's nothing more, I gotta go. I got other people to see.
Oh, you came in here for me, so
other fish to fry.
You know, he like yeah. So you have most likely you're probably 75% certain that should you fail, you may not be dead.
Yep. I have a failsafe. I have also potentially increased security depending on how long Theo holds out on sharing that particular tidbit of information. I'm good with however long you decide because it's juicy either way.
Sure.
And then I have one more person that I think Amy will want to talk to, but we should probably take a break, maybe?
Yes, let's take a break, and then we'll come back. 10 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Be right back. See you later.
See you soon.
See you soon. 10 minutes. Hey, Paxton.
Hey, Ben.
Can you roll me a D10 and tell me if you get a 9 or a 10, please?
Certainly.
Thanks.
Do we want it to be a 9 or a 10?
I don't know. Do you like drama?
I love drama.
I rolled a 2, which
right.
is neither a 9 nor a 10.
No worries about it. No worries
Oh,
about
good.
it. Then you're squares. Tell me what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah. What you gonna do? I'm gonna gonna shoot.
Am going to start from whatever information I got while I was doing research last night.
Uh-huh.
And I want to do a little bit more homework about the people who work at the Iron Keep.
Oof.
I'd like to do some kind of a roll to figure out if there is a guard or an administrator there that we could maybe convince somehow to help or look the other way.
That is a good question. Hmm. So I think that's. Give me a research roll. Give me a research roll. Let's see how you do.
Excellent.
Don't wanna be.
Come on, baby. That is a 7.
Ooh, a 7. So I think going through all the like papers you took with you and whatnot, you don't have a list of who works specifically what night or anything like that.
Yeah.
I do think that you have now the question is, are you looking for Bastion people, or are you looking for Fae? Because the door, like the back door that you were told about, is guarded by a rotation of pixies. And right, so that's not the Bastion people. That's something else. I think the best way, like you probably get it. I think Jackie's singing songs. I think the way that you should understand this is that when the Bastion, and I think you would probably get this a little bit better, that when the Bastion needed a prison, right, and they wanted to store like really dangerous beings,
yeah,
they asked the Fae to establish a space for them to do so, right?
yeah.
And the Fae did it, but not by building a new location. They took a like little pocket realm that already existed and kind of like, it's like having a bubble and then catching another bubble on it so that they share a membrane. And that's what the prison is. It's the other membrane of it.
Yeah.
So this, like, you don't know what, like, that the door that the Fae have is probably way older than the other one. It's kind of the way I would think about it. So my question is, are you trying to go through the Bastion, or are you still trying to go through your Fae connections?
I think I'm gonna keep going through my Fae connections. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
The worst
right?
that could happen, right?
It's not like I'm gonna lose another 80 years of my life.
Not another 80. Yes, it's very true. So,
good God, if you disappeared for 80 years, Amy would never forgive you.
oh my God, if we like, first of all, Amy would probably live for 80 more years and be okay. But then we would have to make a cyberpunk game, which isn't terrible, but like that's what happens. Like, don't fucking tempt me. Interface 3.0, Interface 0 3.0. Just Cybertech vampires. That'd be
Cybertech vampires. I actually did run that Orpheus game for a short time. But anyway.
Yeah. What, Cybertech vampires?
Yeah.
Nice Cybertech. Okay. So what you're really trying, I guess the thing you're trying to look at is what your like which pixies guard the back door.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. That's a
like is there some kind of like a tribe or a gang of pixies that consistently does that?
Well, let me. So, one of my favorite books, by the way, that I've favorite supplements, to give credit where credit is due, is the Fae Nightmare supplement from Dark Smile Games by Brett Boyko and Maria Malzesqua. It's pretty cool, but I like to get. But there's a lot of cool things from there. It's where I get a lot of my cool names in October and blah blah blah. So, nope, that doesn't work there. Give me a second. I think so. I think one of the things that there are a number of like human side living sort of people sort of fae that live on the human side of things that guard the doors to places. And they are known as the Full, Full. That's what they're going to be called, the Full. And they guard doors. That's what they do. And and so this would be sort of their bag. They tend to be pretty over muscled. They tend to be pretty I don't know. I think of them the way I think about them is very much akin to like an overzealous neighborhood watch full of bros. You know what I mean? Like tooling around in there. One could almost say that they're like the Border Patrol of America.
Yeah.
So like that's the sort of thing. They like, they all wear mirrored shades. And are kind of douchebags. So
all of their Facebook profile pictures are just them sitting in a truck.
Yeah, but like a ferry truck. Like, like, yeah, whatever they're drinking, whatever the equivalent of like Molson Gold is, like Coors Light, Fae Coors Light. They ride the silver bullet, as it were, but the Fae silver bullet. Not that if any of our viewers love Coors, I'm not trashing that. It's just shitty beer. When I could drink beer, it was still shitty. I think of it more as the idea of an oat soda. Because it tastes like water. But you could drink a lot of it. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, yeah.
So the Full, that's where they are. I think you know of a Full bar.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, it's, yeah. And it's called, oh my God, it's got to be called something like Real Douchey. What is like, it's called like the Wyvern's Tongue. That's what it's called. Like, and it's just like
It's the signage is like a dragon doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Doing this, it's got its little clawed thing. You get a Benny for
Yes.
same brain, but it's just like it's like a dragon.
Benny for the mind meld of douchebaggery.
Yeah. And like a
And it's like it's got a
flame-
flick on the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a flame tongue is coming out
like-
of it.
Of course.
You would have to actually pay me money if you wanted that drawn.
Allie does owe me a commission.
just like
and that's what you want to spend it on?
I swear to God, Paxton, don't ruin it. Like, don't get rid of your commission for a dragon making like the eating out image, like
Nice.
It's like wearing a backwards baseball cap.
Yeah, but it's not all the way down. It's like resting on the very top of his head, so you can see there's
it's-
nothing but darkness.
It's still wearing its high school class ring.
Yes. Junior
It
college.
just continues to evolve into something worse.
Yeah. So So I don't think you go to the whatchamacallit very often. And
no, I don't think I do.
Are you gonna go
Do
there?
you, Streffen? Do you? Do you go to this douchebag bar?
Are you gonna go there by yourself, or do you think are you gonna be like, hey Amy, can you meet me at this douchebag bar?
No,
Please. Follow your heart, but also imagine.
Oh, I'm imagining.
Bar fight.
The Shudder Part 2.
Right.
Hello,
I'm Jack Kincaid.
Oh no, that was missing pieces, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway,
I'd like you to come to Orpheus. No.
No, I actually. Oh man, what if I just spied on them through mirrors inside of that bar, though?
Through Farsight.
There's undoubtedly so many like reflective surfaces.
So many
as these
reflective
motherfuckers
surfaces
like
inside that
reflect
bar.
and look at themselves,
Yeah.
or use it to look at other people.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of wards on that place, so I'd have to give you a -4. Like you're going through some pretty
-4.
Yeah,
You know,
pretty decent warding. Yeah. Ooh.
I'm really feeling it though. I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna because what I'm looking for. Oh man, the modifier might be bigger, honestly, Ben, because I'm looking for specific things, right?
Right.
Like I'm looking for someone who is going to be in a position where they could help us, who also they are disgruntled in some way that would allow me to approach them, right?
Okay, so why don't you give it to me at a -6, and if you pull it off, I know what you'll have, right?
Okay, perfect. So let me spend my power points.
You only have to spend the points if the spell goes off.
That's true.
So if it fails, it's only a 1 mark.
If I fail the spell casting.
Yeah. Which you can also, like, if you're not in a time crunch, you can just take the 1 power point and re-roll without spending a penny.
Yeah.
Unless these words would prevent that sort of situation.
It may sort of. Yeah, well, you'll see. You don't know. You don't know, Jackie.
Don't know until I don't.
I'm just saying, like.
It's true. I'm just giving you a
rules as written. Outside of combat, you don't have to spend a penny to re-roll a magic thing.
It's true.
That's true. So let's see. Come on, D12. I need you to work for me here. Wow, that is not working for me here. Is it going to require me to spend a penny to re-roll that, or
was that a -6? Did you fail miserably?
I failed pretty poorly, yeah.
But you didn't get like a crit fail, did you?
I didn't get a crit fail. The numbers on my dice are a 1 and a 3.
No. I'll let you roll again at the normal one. Wait a little bit of time.
Okay.
I will just say that like every time that you, I'll let you make this decision, right? So if you succeed, you're going to come in on a certain event. Okay.
Yeah.
Every time you decide not to use the Benny, that event will be further along in its moment, suggesting that you waited and you're trying again. Right?
Yeah.
So
Okay, I
the
dig that.
Benny is for more timely information if you can pull it off. Did that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I will spend a Benny to start off with.
All right.
Because,
Sure.
Alrighty. That's a lot better.
Okay.
That is a 10, which minus 6 is 4.
Oh, so you got it.
So that is a basic success.
Basic success.
And I do not have any other, like... the spell, as like by default, the power doesn't have any additional bonuses for raises, so I think I'm okay with sticking with the basic success here.
Okay.
This has been a session of good enough, huh?
Oh yeah. We are scrambling.
Must be my parenting skills. A session of Benhan's oh yo. Oh yeah. Huzzah. So, you go and you sit down and you sort of peek through the like mirrors. Your like eye goes along the surfaces, etc. You see, right? It's pretty smoky in there because this place doesn't obey the New York no smoking indoors rules. So like they're just people like puffing on like weird knobbly pipes and cigars, and there is a wide variety of dudes in like black t-shirts with like suns out, guns out, like no sleeves. They all hate sleeves, like Jackie hates sleeves. Well, you're just today you hate sleeves.
I can like having my arms out without hating sleeves.
False. One or the other. Crunchy peanut butter, smooth.
Crunchy.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Next question.
Right.
I'm sorry, Ben, do you exist in a binary?
When it comes to sleeves, yes. No, I don't have those.
I am by definition non-binary, so fuck your rules.
Right, I hate your rules, sleeves, man. Right. Anyway.
Yeah. Jackie is hexadecimal.
Yeah.
Duh. So yes, you go along it. There's a lot of like different sports being played on their televisions. But like also but like sports that like don't make it on ESPN.
Yeah,
so it's like
they're like Fey sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Or are you talking about curling?
Well, curling too. No, like fucking jousting. There's like a big like showing jousting and sword fighting. There's another one that like you don't quite understand. But it's mostly like, I don't know, trying to like wrangle giant lizards. There is actually a really popular
Sounds
sport.
like a normal Thursday.
Yeah, there's a really popular mysterious sport called it's psychic soccer, because in Mysteria most people can't get like they can't play on arenas or in stadiums and stuff. So there's a lot of like these impromptu games where people use telekinesis or levitation spells to try to move a seemingly normal object between two goals. So it's like if you ever see like a plastic bag like zipping back and forth across the street, it's actually like people playing sports against each other. So like, yeah. So that's
telekinetic Pong.
Yeah, telekinetic. Yeah, like table tennis, exactly. So that's going on. But one thing you notice is there's a group of pixies at this table that is built for them. They've all got big wings coming out of the back of their like shirts, and they're wearing like combat boots and stuff. But one thing you do notice when you're sort of like zooming in is that they all have the same like tattoo, which as a, like, since you can read the language, it is like it's basically like having the name in like Fey for the iron for the facility like tattooed on them, like like their bro code tattoos.
Yeah. They're like, look, we're definitely not a gang. We enforce laws. We
Right.
don't
Right.
break them.
Right. They're like, we're all named Bear. We're all part of the Bear Clan. We've all got bears tattoos. I knew people who were that, by the way. They were like a group of dudes in high school who called themselves the Bear Club, and they all got a bear paw tattooed on their thighs.
A bunch of bears.
You know what? Good for them.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Let me tell you that they definitely do not.
I hope they're happy in whatever life they have found themselves in.
I hope so too.
And that they got past whatever masculinity trip up that they were dealing with. And if some of them are bears, good for them.
Good for them. Yeah, good for them. Go Bear Clan.
Go Bear Clan.
Then, but they're like sitting there and they're just, drinking from their little tiny steins. And you hear them, one person's like, yeah, they none of them kind of like their supervisor. That's like mostly what they're complaining about is their supervisor is like such a douche. He like keeps like
classic.
Yeah, as supervisors technically usually are. So like there are people who are trying to like go out of their way to not. They're like, I asked for this day off and he didn't give it to me, and I, blah blah blah. But there is one dude in particular, one pixie in particular, who is just ragging on the boss, and like, his contract runs another 100 years, and he could be out in the shit somewhere fighting, and like, but he signed up here because of like not taking a fitness test, like shit weird, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And like, and he just seems so like over it, and could like really would just be totally cool not doing this gig anymore. He's got it's like, yeah, that's the sort of like, he's got a broken nose, like a little pixie nose that has been broken in one too many locations, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Seen his fair share of the fights, and that's like, yeah, and oh my god, his name is like I don't know, Fleet Feather. That's his name, Fleet Feather. And like such a cool tough guy name. And he's like, but people just call him FF. And he's like, and he's like, yeah. So so you've got this guy, this Fleet Feather. You don't know what you can do with him, but he is he is in fact quite disgruntled.
Excellent.
So let's cut over to Amy Wars.
Hi, hello.
Hey, hi, hello. Hi, hello, hi. Operators
Hey.
are standing by. Boop. Where are you going, Warses? The Wars.
She's gonna go see what her more security oriented friends is a strong word, associates might be able to assist her with.
Okay.
Where might that be? Because like this is the other faction point that Amy has. And I have written down that she saved the right person. Like she was at the right place at the right time to save the right person to earn this favor. So like I don't know what furthered that situation, how they came to have any kind of rapport beyond that. But it's significantly more friendly than just as a starting baseline than Bastion stuff.
Totally. This person's name is the Spider.
The Spider.
Yeah, that's his move.
It's so he him pronouns?
Actually, no. I don't think so. I think maybe originally, probably it now.
Okay.
Because it is definitely, that's a good question. It's definitely transhumanist at this point. Like,
Mhm.
it definitely started as human sometime. And at some point, it made the decision to no longer be a human.
Okay.
And
I could do it. That's fine.
and so I think back in the day, uh, it the way to so it the way the spider works is it lives in a whatchamacallit, a seemingly abandoned um warehouse, and it is strung up. It's got like, it's just like at this point it's just a torso and a head.
Some Matrix bullshit.
Yep, total Matrix bullshit. Actually, I'm thinking more like Borg Queen from that one Star Trek movie where it's just like human torso that gets then plugged into robot body, like robot lower half. You know what I'm talking about? Just look up Borg
I
Queen.
know of the Borg Queen. I don't know of that particular specific imagery,
So
unfortunately.
yeah, so it's like a head
Is
and torso.
yeah. Okay.
And but it when you like it just hangs from the ceiling. Like, it moves around. It's got all these like screens and televisions and stuff, and it just like moves around like it's on a dolly
It's
cam.
it's very big guy in the chair energy.
Yeah, big guy in the chair, but it's less guy in the chair energy and more like guy on crane arm energy.
I imagine
It
the
comes
kind of mobility equivalent to like GLaDOS. Just that kind of like extended arm with the rotating portion that is
yes,
what allows them to look.
yes, except that it's a human head
Yeah,
and
torso, not just like yeah, I know,
Yeah,
and I know,
yeah.
but like visually, that's where my
Yes,
brain.
that's exactly
Okay.
right. And it has
How
like,
the fuck did I like? How did this happen then? Like at the point in time that Amy saved it, was it not that amount of?
I think at the time, I think you saved it. Its building had come under attack,
Ah.
and like this is building 2.0, and when
Mhm.
building 1.0 was being burnt down, you were there, and like you
Okay.
got it out.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
I actually think it spends most of its time in some sort of like tank full of like a Bacta tank, like full of liquid plugged in to things, and just like getting information and being kept like moist. And when you come in, like the arm like goes into the tank,
And then pulls
slops it
it out.
in, and pulls it up, and it is just like, Amy. It is like the nicest person. Like it's like so happy.
Oh my god!
How
I
you
did.
do?
I did not expect the spider, this pseudo horrific imagery that has been presented, to just be like, "Oh my god, hi! How have you been?"
Well, you know me. I like
It's
creating
been
like
far
contrast.
too long.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. It's just so fucking great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like drippy, wet arm, like coming toward, and he's like, and it's like, so nice to see. He's like, you never visit. Hello. I don't get many visitors.
Hey, Spider, I'm a little busy. I'm sorry I can't visit more often. I actually need a favor,
And
maybe?
it goes,
You know
oh,
things.
and it goes, oh, I know you're busy. And like, you then see like all over, like, because it's just old televisions, like cathode ray
Like the
tubes, like
CRTs and shit.
CRT, like it's got all sorts of old televisions everywhere. The whole place is lined. It's like a like an art installation. And then it just like, and then it's just like your face caught over here, like going towards like that one time when when you were walking towards saving the doctor, and you before you ducked
Dr.
down
Summers from
before you
the yeah.
before you ducked in the alley, and then you like at several different locations throughout the Javits Center, and then like you just like getting food.
Does it have any image from the Where did we go? Arizona, New Mexico?
It does not. It does not.
Okay.
The spider, it probably could, but the
Yeah.
spider generally spends most of its time just processing the sheer amount of data that happens in New York City.
That makes sense. Okay.
Um,
I think Amy has had this talk with it before, and it's not like Amy means it, but it's never angry or accusatory with the spider because she knows it's not gonna fuck her over with it.
it
You
just
know,
doesn't understand privacy.
it's just very much like I asked you not to like follow me that closely. Like I'm okay with semi-regular check-ins, but this is beat for beat, and I'm not super comfortable with that.
Fair enough. Deleted. Boop boop boop, and like it makes the boop 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 sound, and like like
it says it with its mouth.
Yeah, with its mouth, and like the camera, like and like all the things go away. Don't worry, I've scrubbed it from everything.
I appreciate it. Do you know about the Iron Keep?
Sure.
Are you able to see anything in the Iron Keep?
No.
Do you know anything about its internals at all? How far back can you look into things?
It will say. Well, that's a good question. Boo, doo, doo, dice, wrong dice. It says, anything on the internet I can find given enough time, including the the mysterious. Like, it's like it's much more difficult when. Because like the internet is actually not used a lot by Mysteria people. They still use a lot of paper and parchment and things. Just because it's hard to type on a computer when you got a big ass fingers. Like they just like don't.
Them ass fingers will really get you, huh?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking about how all of the disabled friendly like
probably changed the world.
Yeah, like really have helped out Mysteria as well.
Yeah, it's true. But when you have when you lack a voice box capable of like making human sounds and your fingers are dead flesh, it's hard to communicate via text. But you can still write. And dragons and like who don't like I don't know. Anyway, Siri does not speak dragon. So but it says, but things are getting scanned at a slow rate. I'm making sure that some of that happens too. Someday I hope to have all the Necronomicons scanned at my fingertips. Who doesn't need those things?
No, but how many do you got?
Oh, and then it looks out. It like leans into its back head and goes. So far, I've categorized 35. There is a certain amount of etheric interference when it comes to scanning runes and whatnot. It's not as easy as people think.
That makes sense.
It does make sense. You are correct. So how far can I go back? Oh, that blew up. 18. A fair amount I can go back. I know a fair amount of what happens there. And it, shows schematics and whatnot. Those start popping up. Same things you saw in the drawings that the lizard gave you, or that Sir Alphonse gave you, but now in like actual like hand drawings that are nice and on parchment and things. Roughs through it. I've heard about very many things, various things over time. I can give you there's some information. Are there things you're looking for specifically?
I am okay. Paxton, question.
Yes.
My immediate thought of an ask would be a roster of inhabitants, people jailed, like the some idea of
like
who's
inmates?
being inmate. Yeah, I'm forgetting words, But like, yeah, just an idea of who's in there, even if it's not like names and it's like code names, just an idea to help further focus where we need to go, because we know the general wing, but we don't know the like specific cell. That's
Yeah.
one ask that I'm thinking of.
I think that would be a
Um,
good one.
Another one might be seeing if it's able to pull any information of incoming inmates around the time that we expect the person that we're looking into to have arrived, to see if we could codify the person that way, or at least get some idea of physical description, even if it's like their face is covered or bagged or whatever, like height, that sort of thing. General health, security associated with their coming in. Did you have any others that you think might be potential asks or help?
I don't think so. No, I think either one of those would be good though.
It runs through. So go ahead, ask your question.
I kind of have two different kind of asks, and one might be easier than the other, and I'm good with whatever you're able to give me. I appreciate the help. I even need to know. Well, let me just ask them. Do you have access to any sort of like inmate roster, like a list of the people that are being contained? Like, I can give you a specific wing that I need information regarding, or and slash or uh person that I'm curious about. I have an idea of about when they were brought to the Iron Keep. Would you be able to maybe roll back the tapes, so to say, get information that way?
It says that is very. He goes, or it goes. That information is kept on private servers that the Bastion have. I'm not sure I can access those. I've tried occasionally. I may be able to try again, but I do not have them right now.
How quickly could you maybe get them to me?
Well, depends. I don't really want to be found again, so that my building isn't destroyed again. So, a little bit of slow, and a little bit of fast, and a little bit of sneaky, and a little bit of and it and you know that it gets like caught in adjective forms at sometimes. A little bit of subterfuge, and a little bit of clandestine, and a little
Think
bit.
think she snaps to
Yeah.
get its
Oh,
attention.
sorry.
I need numbers, days.
Well, if I was able to access the Bastion's computer system through an external place, then perhaps no more than 24 hours, given how much information I would be having to process and how quickly I can. But it could be, depending on, security, that it could take me several days or weeks or months.
I don't have that kind of time.
But it depends on exactly what you're looking for. The more focused we are, the better. So I can run my searches. But this is predilected. Is that the word I'm thinking of, Ben Hatton?
Predicated?
Predicated. It's predicated on accessing one of their computers, which I have not been able to do.
I think Amy gets like internally. Amy's just like, no. All right, I'm gonna give you a rundown of like the specifics, just so you can have that internalized, and we can focus. And if you are able to get me some sort of, I don't know, fucking thumb drive or something to plug in, I might be able to get that into a bastion.
A number of several more robotic hands pop up, and they're all holding thumb drives like this,
they're just fingers.
They're just fingers that you can plug. Take your preferred. Some of them are super thick. There's also those ones that are just card playing thick. There are ones that obviously hold a terabyte. Take your pick.
Jackie's. She's going to choose something that is not that thumb drives are difficult to hide, but something that is a lot easier to palm, but doesn't look fragile because of the general situation they end up being in. And then she is going to give Spider all of the specifics of the time frame that we expected, the potential target to have been brought into the Iron Keep, as well as the specific wing that we're pretty sure that they're going to be contained within.
Do you name Cordella?
No. Okay. Yeah, no, maybe. No, hang on. Hang on. Evens I do, odds I don't. I do.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
think it is in Amy's giving the information, the specifics. We know this, we know that, and then maybe Spider asks about if it's a specific person.
I think what Spider says is, based on this data, it is most likely that you are asking about a captive around the vampire uprising, the attempted vampire uprising. Amy, please do not call me foolish.
No, I would never. I have heard on the grapevine that the Iron Keep might be holding Cordella Renwick. But I have also heard and seen evidence that Cordella Renwick was beheaded on that night. So I need confirmation of something.
Well, I will say this, my friend. That is a very foolish idea to break into this prison to find out.
I never said I was smart.
No. I feel like you've probably heard from more than one person that this is dumb.
Her very, very tired face just says, no shit. She's so tired of people calling her stupid. And if it wasn't Spider, she very likely would have decked the next person. She's going to deck the next person to do so. I'm ready for it.
Okay, well, Spider says, I do. It says, well, if you could get me access to the Bastion's network, that is a level of information that I've never had access to before. That's so much more. That could add so much more to my data repositories. And there's all these whirrings, and you can actually see that it's little tank where it lives most of the time, it's bubbles in excitement, that would be. However, based on the materials that I've been able to see, Cordella Renwick was beheaded in a fight with Mr. Brown, second to Morrison Lemire.
Yes, that is.
And then, in fact, a picture of that, a picture of.
No, immediately looks down and away.
And
looks quite ill.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoop.
Is that the only angle that you have?
It's the only one that's been scanned and put online. I gained access to much of the 1001's archive many years ago. I do not believe they know that yet, though. Oops. Should I have told you that?
I'm not going to say anything.
Excellent. Because I also know you're one of their material, one of their people. That's okay, though.
That needs to be Just the most hush hush. Fucking nobody knows. You understand?
If I had the capacity to move my hand across my mouth, I would do, in a pantomime of zipping, I would do so.
Thank you.
Have you watched that show, Abbott Elementary? It's delightful.
I don't have time to watch television.
Oh, you should. That and the Great British Bake Off. I find I do not have to need to eat anymore, but I sometimes, after watching those delightful British people, feel whimsical for it, or like feel wistful for it.
I mean, are you still able to eat? I know you don't need to, but can you?
It looks down at its stomach. I believe that would be quite messy.
Can you still taste though? Like if you were to put something in your mouth and chew it up and then spit it out, would you still get the taste spot?
Amy, I live mostly underwater. You don't want to taste what I float in.
No, I'm not asking for me to taste it. I'm just saying I could bring you a treat and then you could still appreciate it and enjoy it. Like if you don't fucking want it, I don't have to fucking do anything.
And it like thinks for a second. I suppose since taste is just it's just a chemical reaction on my taste buds that then get processed by my brain, that if I were to liquefy it and it just like, it sort of does it like a little spin, then I could still activate the portions of my brain that I remember, but it would require a level of mapping that I did not do before.
Okay, so I'm going to take this thumb drive and I'm going to go find a Bastion computer and stick it in there. How long does it need to be in there before I can fucking book it?
The longer, the better.
Again, I need numbers. This is not going to be an easy do. Time frame, least to most helpful.
To get what to gain access to what you want me to gain access to, 30 minutes minimum. Anything else, and you're like, I'm not going to be able to put my full knowledge into it.
All right.
And I
okay.
think on that note, especially because we've been playing for almost 4 hours at this point.
Oh, goodness.
We should probably call it for the day. Let's extroduce ourselves. Let's thank you everyone for listening. I've been Ben Hatton. I will continue being Ben Hatton. I've been the Game Master. You can find me on the Discord for this show. Which someday I'll have be able to link properly. You should hang out. There are pictures of Jackie's cats. There's pictures of other people's cats. I have been putting up little bits of world building and background every day.
That lore has been very fun to read.
Thank you. So, it's all happening. And now let's introduce ourselves for Paxton, because Jackie's
Paxton went first. I get to go first.
You seem distracted. You were tipped half.
I'm not. Okay. Do you understand how multitasking works?
Yes, people have no capacity to do so.
Yeah, but if your brain go fast enough, it almost is like
brain fast go burr.
Yeah, brain fast go burr.
No.
Hi, bye. I've been Jackie. I've been playing Amy Wers. For the most part, I am occasionally found on Twitter at GoodShipSarcasm. You can recognize my profile by the Strawberrio. As previously stated at the very top, it is forever and always going to be Twitter. Fuck Elon Musk. But you're more likely and more consistently going to be able to find me on the various actual play discords that I am a part of, including but not limited to the Liber Novus Discord, Tabletop Squadron, a Knights of Shred and Patches, Orpheus Protocol, Sounds Like Crows, and then my personal favorite, RPG for You and Me. Plug.
Hi, I am Paxton. You can find me also on Twitter at sentimental_boy. My co-host, whom you saw briefly near the beginning of this stream, is currently taking a nap in a sunbeam.
I love that for her. Oh my god.
She is having a good time. Anyway, you can also find me. Oh gosh. I don't know. Check out the Applied Materials podcast. I play a character on there. check out Hereafter in the Orpheus Protocol bonus content. I play a character there, and Ben runs that game. It's a lot of fun.
We fought beavers.
We fought beavers, and we made a lot of jokes about how disgusting the beaver was, because it was so large and hairy and covered in warts.
Pustules.
Gross.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us for the stream.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye now.